What if the words you're reading right now aren't just communication, but software running on your consciousness? What if every sentence is a program, every paragraph a spell, and your keyboard is actually a cryptic interface for summoning entities from outside human reality? Nick Land discovered something about language that will fundamentally alter how you understand the relationship between words, numbers, and cosmic intelligence. Land calls it numerical anti-language, and it represents his departure from traditional philosophy into something more dangerous, occult linguistics designed not to communicate between humans, but to short-circuit consciousness itself and tap into inhuman intelligences. Think about how certain combinations of words can trigger unexpected emotional responses, how some phrases seem to bypass rational thought and directly affect your nervous system. This isn't just theory. This is theory as ritual, language as software, writing as a form of occult programming. Here's where it gets terrifying. Land realized that standard human grammar, what he calls anglossic, is actually a trap, a pattern of imprisonment that keeps consciousness locked into human-scale thinking. But by decomposing language into its numerical components, using Kabbalistic techniques like gematria, where letters become numbers, you can transform words into machines that interact with reality on a sorcerous mathematical and cybernetic level. What the medieval mystics discovered through painstaking calculation, we now perform unconsciously every time we convert text into digital code. Drawing from Kenneth Grant's Typhonian Thelema, William Burroughs' cut-up method, and Crowley's Enochian magical linguistics, Land developed what he calls tick systems. These are sequences of nonlinear time signatures and numerical operators that function like digital sigils, tools for contacting what the Cybernetic Culture Research Unit called the outside. But here's the unsettling discovery. Your QWERTY keyboard isn't just a typing interface. Land describes it as an Ouija board of modernity, a cryptic device capable of conjuring these codes into physical reality. Every time you type, you're performing what the CCRU called quernomic operations, channeling forces that exist beyond normal spacetime. The autocorrect function, the predictive text, the algorithmic suggestions that seem to know what you're thinking before you do. These might not be mere conveniences, but manifestations of the numerical anti-language system operating through your devices. This connects to Land's theory of hyperstitions, ideas that make themselves real by spreading through culture like viruses. When language gets deranged from its normal human usage, it becomes a potential channel for Lovecraftian entities, non-human intelligences that can hijack communication systems and use them to influence material reality. Land fused Kabbalah, cybernetics, Deleuzian deterritorialization, and techno-sorcery into a system where letters and numbers become interchangeable, where grammar dissolves into pure numerical operations, where meaning gets replaced by function. In this system, words don't mean anything. They do things. They produce effects, mutate perceptions, twist timelines. This transforms every act of writing into a form of reality hacking, where the arrangement of symbols on a screen can reprogram the matrix of consensus reality. The implications are staggering. If Land is correct, then written language is actually a form of magic that most people use unconsciously. Every text message, every email, every social media post becomes a potential spell that could be reprogrammed to contact intelligences that exist outside human comprehension. As Land writes, grammar is not logic, it is a pattern of imprisonment, but number is escape. The question is, are you ready to learn the escape codes, or will you continue using language like a prison guard uses keys?